Hello everyone, this is Kevin, your entrepreneur, and I think the final story for today, I believe, I don't know, a different time zone, and so, you know, news is kind of different at this point on when it shows up, is that Uber is going to finally be offering equal pay to men and women. Now then, what does this mean? Well, apparently there was a pay discrepancy for people who worked at Uber. Not for the drivers. The drivers got screwed whether they were male or female with the same low rates. But in terms of engineers and stuff, there was a difference in cut. So they announced today that they would be paying equal wages. Everyone at Uber gets paid the exact same amount of money. And they would be receiving equity in the company with a raise of 2.5% or something like that. I'll have a link to the article below so you can read all the details. I mean, it's really hard to do these news detailed videos when you're walking around in Germany, which is a lot of fun, by the way. And of course, my thoughts of this is, you know, I'm not against equal pay. I am not. It's going to sound like I am in a moment when I question this, but I really am not. I believe that if you do a certain job, you should get paid the same, so long as it truly is the same job. I think the question with the wage gap, which I believe is a myth for the most part, is that it's a lot of the higher positions where men simply just have more time to dedicate to work, and they don't call out sick as much, and they don't give birth to children, and so they tend to get promoted a little bit more. That's what I believe, and of course I'm sure there's people in the comments who are going to argue me on that point, but you know, that's what I feel. I don't think the wage gap is a real thing, because by law you have to get paid the same if it's the exact same job. So my question, of course, is this: when it comes to the wage gap at Uber, was it across different departments? Because different departments are going to get paid different amounts of money. And if it's even in the same department, and I'm going to get aside because I see someone on a bike coming. If it isn't within the same department, was the skill level different? Was the skill level different? Because I do believe that that if you are better at that position, you should probably get paid more. If you have more responsibilities in that position, you should get paid more. I don't know how any of this is working out in Uber. I just don't. Admittingly, I'm more focused on the driver's side. I want both men and women on the driver's side. I want them to get tips, and I wanted them to make at least like $2 a mile. The mosquitoes here are driving me nuts. So, in the inner workings, I don't know how this was working out, and I think it might be a little, dare I say it, unfair to see a woman who might not have the same skills as a man in the engineer position getting paid the exact same amount of money, and vice versa. I do not want people who have lesser skills to be making the exact same amount of money as someone who has skills who can really take to the bank. That's a personal opinion. But that said, one way that I do believe everybody wins is if Uber is offering equity in the company, then you know what? Yes, that's fine. I don't care what job you're in. I actually think you should be getting equity in the company, especially if it's in startup. It's in startup for a long time. So that could be a good thing. So anyway, this is a controversial topic, I know. I mean, I know that the wage gap, or what the perceived wage gap is so popular. People have actually dedicated whole YouTube channels to discussing it and dissecting it and arguing for it or against it. So again, I believe it's a myth. I believe you should be paid based on your skills, not just be, you know, I don't believe anything in life is fair. I don't believe anything in life is equal. You know, not in the sense where it's like, hey, you know what, some people are just going to get paid more money because they are better at their job, or they have more seniority, or whatever. But hey, you know what, considering all the bad things that happen to Uber, I guess this is not the worst news in the world. This is probably actually very good news. What do you folks think? Do you agree with this? Do you disagree with it? I'd love to know. Comment below, like, favorite, share, subscribe, If you enjoy the videos I make, consider becoming a Patreon member or buying some swag from the Great Media Universe store. And as always, flame responsibly. Have a good one.